Hello and welcome to another Movie Reviews by Benjamin. Today I will be reviewing The Heat starring Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. This is actually a comedy coming to us from Paul Feig, who directed Bridesmaids a couple years ago, and we all had a great time in that one, and he's done it again. Melissa McCarthy really delivers in this one. She's absolutely hilarious. Sandra Bullock does a good job as well. We'll get into casting here in a minute, but this movie was made for $43 million, and in opening weekend they made back $39 million, so they're doing pretty decent right now. I'm sure they're hoping to get a little more, as everybody is, but this movie really, it has a lot of elements that really work here. It's kind of the same buddy cop comedy that we've seen before a million times over. This time it's done with women, so it's kind of a different spin on it, but he really hits it. The writing in this is just great. Melissa McCarthy's character, she's just a Boston cop who just doesn't care, and it's really funny to see her and the chemistry she has with Sandra Bullock, who's a uptight FBI agent, and they're both investigating a drug lord who's been killing people and selling drugs and weapons and all these things on the Boston streets. So Sandra Bullock is up for a promotion, and she has to solve this case, and that will be her way to get this promotion that she's looking for. She's kind of uptight, but she also kind of feels a little haughty, and so a lot of her co-workers in the FBI don't like her at all. Her boss kind of tells her, at one point that everybody in the department hates you, and she's like, "What? I never really realized that before." And she's really good at her job, but she kind of throws in everybody's face, and that's why everybody hates it. And then you've got Melissa McCarthy, the other side of the coin here, who's kind of taking the law into her own hands as this Boston cop, and she'll just beat witness or perps and try and get information out of them. And she's at one point she pulls out a revolver and plays a little Russian roulette with this guy, trying to get him to talk. And I mean, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. There's some really nice little people in the film I didn't even know were in it beforehand, because it's not shown in any of the trailers or anything. Marlon Wayans is in this movie. Taron Killam from Saturday Night Live is in this movie, so it's kind of fun to see them on the big screen. Well, Marlon Wayans we've seen before, but Taron Killam we've only really seen on TV, so it's kind of nice to see him. Another thing that I like to say about this movie is it never really says what time frame it's shot in. The opening credits almost make it seem like it's going to be like a 70s cop movie. It seems like it would be something from modern day, but it almost has like a 90s feel to it. They never really say anything. Some of the songs are a little bit older, so I'm not sure exactly what time frame this is supposed to take place in. Like I said, it does have a 90s feel. It is kind of interesting that Robert Yeoman, who was the director of photography on cinematography on this movie, he actually took the charge on that. He has shot many Wes Anderson movies like The Royal Tenenbaums and Moonrise Kingdom. So it's kind of nice to see a long, establishing shot like that. Kind of makes you really feel like you're in there. So when somebody's having a conversation, it's just one shot. They're having dialogue back and forth. It really kind of puts you in there with them. I like that style of filming. So I would definitely say go out and see The Heat if you can. This doesn't necessarily have to be a big screen thing. If you want to wait for it to come out to DVD, you definitely can. There are some parts of it that drag a little bit. Most comedies are going to run right around 90 minutes. This one's just short, I think it's 117 minutes, so just 3 minutes short of 2 hours. It could have been cut a little bit better in some places, a little bit more condensed. But like I said, Melissa McCarthy just delivers, and every time she opens her mouth, it's something that's just outrageous and hilarious. So, Sandra Bullock, you're seeing her again in this kind of the same role she was in somewhat to Miss Congeniality. She always kind of plays the uptight sort of person. We saw that sort of thing sort of in The Proposal too. So it'd be nice to kind of see her maybe try and do something a little different, but she does it so well that it's kind of hard to complain. So Melissa McCarthy, as I said, is just hilarious. Definitely check this movie out. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. This movie, like I said, it could have been condensed in some parts. I would have liked to maybe seen a little bit different casting in some areas, but because of the comedy of Melissa McCarthy and the writing that she was given, I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, don't necessarily have to go see it in the theater right now, but definitely check it out when you can. I don't know if it's quite as funny as Bridesmaids. I almost feel like Bridesmaids is right up there with Wedding Crashers. Is kind of like one of those recent American classics. This one is funny, but I don't know if it quite hits the mark that Bridesmaids did. Next review I will be doing is going to be either White House Down or The Lone Ranger. I'm not sure which one just yet. I got a busy week coming up with the 4th of July, so we'll see what happens with that. I've heard some negative things about The Lone Ranger. It hasn't even come out yet, so we'll see what happens. Some of the other critics are kind of having some complaints on it, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, have a happy 4th of July. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and check out my page on Facebook, Movie Reviews by Benjamin. And until then, I will see you at the movies.